Hey, Attorney Steve Vondran, and we're back, and we are talking in this episode about Twitter, free speech, USA, Constitution, First Amendment, and things like that. So this video is about 16 things that could get you sued and possibly arrested that you are doing on YouTube, not YouTube, Twitter, that you're doing on Twitter. YouTube's another video. At any rate, so we are talking about 16 things you can do and get in legal hot water on Twitter. All right, so got my handy list here. Let's get going. 1, engaging in acts constituting a hate crime, or some people say it's hate speech, but hate crime, going too far, doing things that are over the top based on someone's race, religion, sex, national origin, those kinds of things. You know, those are off grounds, off territory. You can't do that. Don't touch it. Don't be the fool on the stool. Don't run around doing these crazy things on the internet, okay? Keep it nice, keep it cordial, keep it productive. You might even make some friends, you never know. But running around and just trying to go crazy on someone just because you're anonymous or think that you're anonymous, be careful, think twice, could find yourself in legal trouble. Number 2, engaging in acts constituting online stalking. Online stalking, that's following somebody around, going to their, following them on Twitter, posting things, going around to YouTube, to Yelp, going around to all these different sites. Okay, you may say to yourself, well, it's free speech. Where'd my flag go? It's free speech. I'm just giving out the free speech First Amendment. I can say whatever the heck I want. Yeah, maybe. Maybe you can. Okay, but you may also be found to be stalking someone, coming in around in a repeated pattern of conduct, trying to cause problems, trying to get under their skins, trying to intentionally injure them. You're trying to really get at them. So be careful. You go too far, you could find yourself in legal problem. You heard it from here from Attorney Steve. Don't say I told you so. Okay. Number 3, famous trademarks like Coca-Cola. Tarnishing the trademarks, okay? So you're doing things on Twitter, you think you're being funny, but you're going too far once again. The question is really always, where do you draw that line? Where do you draw that line between funny and not funny and really going too far? And you saw something recently with Kathy Griffin going too far with her, I don't know what you want to call it, the beheading statute, I don't know what you call it, but anyway, those examples, when you go too far to make fun of a brand, be careful. The bigger the brand, the more the money they have. The more money they have, the more potential lawyers they have. So be careful when you're trying to tarnish or blur a famous trademark, okay? That falls under the trademark statutes, okay? The 15 USC 1125. Number 4, committing acts of defamation. Again, you're on Twitter, you're saying free speech, yay, I can say and do whatever I want. But if you defame somebody, which is essentially making false statements of fact that injure a person's reputation, okay? One for kids is running around saying, oh, he's got AIDS, or she's got syphilis, or she's got a sexual disease or something, you know, these things, or spreading false rumors, okay? Those kinds of things. They may seem like they're starting out as kind of fun, and they can swirl and get into something really nasty pretty quick. So be careful when you're online. If you don't know what you're doing and you're getting in a flaming war with somebody, get up, walk away, take a breath, walk down the street, go get yourself an ice cream cone, okay? And then come back and do something nice and productive. Don't let these little mistakes potentially ruin your life, okay? Because I mean, you can put you in the wrong place, okay? So that's number 4, acts of defamation. Number 5, copyright, using images, headers, avatars, things that use somebody else's artwork, their illustrations, their drawings, their logos. I mean, using somebody else's copyrighted image, always a problem, okay? You could get takedown notices. You could be faced with a copyright infringement suit, okay? So that's one. I think more and more people are becoming aware of this as we move in through the information age here. So that's number 5. Number 6, linking to material on the dark web. What's the dark web? The dark web is the big area of basically unclassified pages that are not indexed in your Googles, your Bings, your Yahoo search engines. But they're in the internet, like your online banking, maybe in the dark web, not able to be found. So you can find good things there, you can find really bad things there, you can find child porn, You can find, you know, obscene images, things that, you know, I don't even want to talk about here. Don't even want to talk about. So linking to things like that that may take somebody into these areas where something, you know, bad happens, and somebody may want to blame you for saying, well, they gave me the link, I thought it was a good link, and here I was off here in the dark Neverland, you know. So that's number 6. Number 7, disclosing trade secrets. Say you work at a company and you are privy to certain trade secrets, new product launches, new mobile applications, things that you're working on. And you're the one, and you think it's kind of funny to tell some of your friends, hey, here's a blueprint for a new smart app that we're working on, okay? And so you're putting it out there on Twitter, trying to be a funny guy. Maybe you're a week away from getting fired and you don't care. Disclosing trade secrets can get you busted. Now that's on the internet in general. You do that and post it in a chat room or on a website, same difference, okay? So that's number 7. Number 8. Using Twitter to pull off a scam or a fraud, promoting fake diet pills, selling things that don't work, just representing a product and not telling somebody that you actually endorse the product is also another one that should have made my list. But using the device, the technology as a tool to help you pull off a fraud, you know, hooking somebody, getting them to talk back and forth with you, getting their credit card numbers, stealing their identity, something like that, okay? Number 8, well, that was 8. Number 9, terrorist threats. Nowadays, we're seeing more and more people just so upset. They can't stand the president, and so they're making threats of this nature, that nature, this nature, that nature. Again, ask yourself if it's going over the top. Yes, you have the First Amendment. You have the First Amendment, but you have to use that carefully. There are some limits to it, which we've talked about in other videos. I had somebody comment on my post the other day. He said, there are no limits. Speech is either free or it isn't. And I said, okay, that sounds great. You know, that's wave the flag. But anybody that does some research will know there are some limits to free speech, and you don't want to cross that line where the FBI, CIA, somebody else is coming to knock on your door, you know, and you get all nervous. You're not looking for that. So that's number 9. Number 10, using Twitter to aid and abet a fugitive. Who would have thought of this? So your friend's going out, he does something, and he does something wrong, something criminal, and he's texting you, texting or tweeting you, hey, you know, where are the cops? You're watching it on the TV. You're saying, well, the cops are right here around 9th Street. You know, go around. Why don't you go around? You know, how fast people type. Why don't you go around and, you know, go around 6th Street down to Main Street, take a left, and, you know, you should be able to get away. All right, nobody thought of that. Using your Twitter as a tool to aid and abet other crimes, also a potential problem. Number 11, inciting panic. This is the old saying, again, free speech. This is a saying where you can't yell fire in a crowded theater. Fire! Everybody's running, you're inciting a panic. There are limits to the free speech. You can't just say whatever comes out of this wonderful mouth of yours. So you have to be careful what you're saying, okay? Inciting a panic. Obstructing justice. I've heard this one was actually in another country, but I thought it was interesting, and it could be here somewhere in the case law in the 50 states that we have, was basically obstructing justice by posting DUI checkpoints for other people to know. Hey, don't go down Main Avenue there. There's a checkpoint at 11 o'clock. Somebody in another country thought that was obstructing justice. So again, you want to be thinking in advance, thinking these things through before doing them. Don't shoot and then aim, okay? So that is number 12. Number 13, leaving. Here's one. Let's say you're working for a company and you have 10,000, 20,000 Twitter followers, and you leave and you try to take the account with you. You might have a problem. You may have to go into your policies and procedures. You may have to go into your employment agreement. You may have to see who owns the fans and followers. Could be the company. You might actually be stealing company property by taking the Twitter fans. Had you thought of that one? Be honest. Did you think of that one? All right, so that's 13. Number 14, things like putting out the smoking gun. So you're putting out a text buying alcohol for underage kids. You know, yeah, don't worry, I'll meet you there, and you're posting this on your Twitter. Yeah, I just picked up a 12 pack for my boys or something, you know, at the high school party. You know what I mean? So you're putting evidence down that's going to be there. You know, when lawyers get involved in litigation, you know, we're asking for these things, these Facebook feeds. We're asking for your Twitter feeds. We're asking for your emails. We want to know these things. We want your text messages. So be cognizant, be thinking all the time that these things may not be private someday. They may seem anonymous. It may seem like we're just having a good time by ourselves here. But what if somebody asked me for this and we're finding incriminating evidence in these devices? So think ahead, use your noodle, as we say. And that is 14. Number 15, sexting with minors. I think we saw this with one of the congressmen, I think, was sexting underage girls, and you know, just, you know, what's going on up there on the hill? What's going on up there on the hill? So anyway, that's number 15. Be careful of that. 16, impersonating somebody else. These are your fake accounts. These are setting up accounts, pretending to be someone else with the intent to cause them harm or injury. So that's it, folks. If you made it this far, you've graduated the 16 Attorney Steve's top tips to stay out of legal trouble on Twitter. If you have social media problems, if you have litigation issues, arbitration, you need an attorney that understands the internet and the technology. Give us a ring. You can find us at attorneysteve.com. That's attorneysteve.com. And we look forward to working with you. If you like this video, make sure you subscribe. Be one of our subscribers. We thank you all for helping us build our channel here. We're having a lot of fun bringing you general legal information. This is not legal advice or a substitute for legal advice. So we appreciate you liking our videos. As we always say, feel free to share them on your social media networks. This is an advertisement and communication. Attorney Steve, licensed practice law in California and Arizona. We'll see you again. Have a great day, folks. Bye now.